something different, wants to tell you something. Okay, so the introduction only, that there are lines. See, she Mridu, who enters, and she set her chappals neatly near a pair of large black ones. There are chappals kept which are large, bigger. Size of the chappal is bigger. Okay, some matured fellow may be using it, and they are black ones. Those were grey actually. The color of the chappals maybe was grey actually, but became black. How? With the dust, with the mud and dust. That means they are not taken care properly, and you could see the clear mark of every toe on the front part of each slipper. You have seen, maybe sometimes you might have seen slipper of the people. Some people are using the chappals, and their body prints, their footprints are there on the chappal. The whole part of the foot is printed on the chappal. Every toe is specially can be seen on the mark of the toe, can be seen on the chappals. Those were chappals like this. Now what happens? Mridu and Ravi, they go on to start playing with the kitten and taking care, and then Ravi, Mridu, they have the dialogue. Ravi, Mridu, they have the dialogue about the kitten and how the kitten is and in what way the kitten is. Now see, this Ravi is a fellow, typical Indian setting. Typical Indian setting. So, on some knowledge, he goes on making story, and what he says about the cat is, what is the name of the cat? He named the cat MP Punai. MP Punai. What is the full form of MP Punai? He says Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai. Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai. Now, who is Mahendra Varma Pallava? Now 7th standard you might have gone through the history lessons. It was about Pallava dynasty. In the part of South India, there used to be Pallava dynasty, Pallav. Okay, Pallav kings, and one of them was Mahendra Varma, who was greatly known for his work and his living, his rule. Okay. So, MP Punai, the full form, that means they named the cat as MP Punai, and he does not stop there. He goes on telling that this cat resembles to the lions of the Pallava dynasty. On the emblem of the Pallava dynasty, you might have seen one side there is a picture of lion, and to another side there is a picture of bull, okay, oxes. So, it is Pallava dynasty. He tries to resemble the cat with the Pallava dynasty. Now see, it is the story making capacity of a child that has been explained in this lesson, that children, when they open up their mind and they use their brain or they use their idea, they go on talking and they go on making stories. You might have seen that small kids, you go and ask to the small kids, oh, do you know a story, and he will start telling you a story which has no meaning, which has no sense, but the story goes on stretching. Like that, Ravi goes on telling now that MP Punai, Mahendra Varma Pallava Punai is a name of the cat, and this cat resembles with the lions of Pallava dynasty. Now on the emblem of Pallava dynasty there is a lion and oxes. Okay. Now when Mridu is not satisfied with this answer, you see, Mridu may be a little more elder than Ravi, so she could not easily believe what Ravi is making the stories. She could not believe. So somehow Ravi now changes the topic and goes on telling that this MP Punai, this cat, came from the ancestor of Egypt. Now, in 7th, you are in 7th standard. You know that in Egypt, cats are taken as worshipped. The cats are worshipped. They are taken as the gods or secret powers. Okay, that the cats were having secret powers. In Egypt, cats were very important. Cats were very important. Now he says, Ravi, see children how they make stories. Ravi says, may be possible Pallava dynasty ships were dealing business, making business in the ancient time with the Egyptians, and when this Pallava dynasty ship went to Egypt, from Egypt a cat came in that ship to India here in Pallava dynasty, and that cat, this cat MP Punai has the ancestor in Egypt. It came from that cat which travelled from Egypt to India. See, children are like this, and meanwhile when this situation is going on, they listen the sound of critch critch critch. Okay, that is a critch critch sound, and there two other characters are introduced in the story, that is Lali and the music teacher. And this is the end of the part 1. Now, in the starting of the part 1, the introduction, or sorry, some lines which are explanation in the explanation of chappals are given. This chappal belongs to this character, that is music teacher. That ends the first part. That means in the first part it is only a situation created about the chappal. Okay, the explanation of the chappal is given in the starting, and the owner of the chappal is, who is the owner of the chappal, that is told in the end of the part 1. Now, in the part 2, you will come to know, when you read it, go through it, you will come to know what is a gift of chappal. What happens when these children are playing with MP Punai, that cat, at that time there comes a beggar in front of the house. Now, who is very hungry and who does not have, who comes barefooted, who does not have even chappals to wear, right? So, when he comes over there, that beggar, when he comes over there, what these children are very compassionate. Okay, the children are very innocent. Children, they are lovable, emotional. Okay, when they see the beggar without any chappal, barefooted, and the days are very hot in South India. In this situation, what they feel, that they should give something to wear to this beggar, and what they find at the door, the chappals are kept which belongs to the music teachers. Actually, you see, I have explained the explanation, especially I read that how the chappals are, they are looking black, but actually they were grey with the dust maybe. That means the chappals are never taken care. Every toe, every finger of the feet has been printed on the chappal. Okay, so this is the condition of the chappal, and these kind of chappals are taken by these children and given to the beggar. Beggar becomes happy, goes away. Now, what will happen? You understand? The music teacher who comes to the house wearing the chappals, he comes after teaching Lali, he comes out of the house, and when he tries to search his chappals, he does not find it. Now he starts making a scene, creating a scene, and what he says, my chappals were very new, only yesterday it was purchased. You know? This is the habit of the human beings. अगर बटवा खो गया और उसमें 100 रुपए थे, तो वो दूसरों को बताते, वो क्या बताते, 1000 रुपए थे, क्योंकि खो गया ना, खोने का दुख बड़ा होना चाहिए, है ना. ह्यूमंस आर लाइक दिस. दुख भी चाहिए तो उसको बड़ा करते हैं, और खुशी को वो छोटा कर देते हैं, है ना. इतना 98% मिले और थोड़ा सा पढ़ाई करता 2% ज़्यादा हो जाते, 100%. अरे 98% इज लेस, बट वी ह्यूमंस आर लाइक दिस. खुशी को थोड़ा करते हैं, गम को बड़ा करते हैं. एंड दिस is the Indian setting. This is the Indian mentality that has been depicted by the writer in the story. See, making a scene. he is making a scene. My chappals were very new and yesterday only I have purchased, and then he goes on this. ऐसा ही होता है ना, you go to some shop और किसी का अगर चप्पल चोरी हो गया है तो whom he will blame for that? To the shop owner. आपके दुकान से चप्पल चोरी हुई है, you must give me new. Now this music teacher comes to whose house? Rukmini's house, Paddu Mama's house, Pati's house, है ना, and who will give them? That family will give. So that is why he is making the sin, to get his loss cleared, to get his loss cleared. Now see, when he goes on making sin at that time, when at that time Rukmini comes out, and Rukmini also tries to find out the chappals, but she does not get the chappals anywhere. Okay, she does not get the chappals anywhere. The children were even told, and everyone, even the Ravi and Brudu, they try to show that they don't know anything about the chappals, and they are also trying to search the chappals. At least they know. Actually, they know that the chappals are given to the beggar. Who gave? They only gave. Okay, now see what happens in the end. Gopu Mama comes. Gopu Mama comes to the house, and Rukmini, to clear this matter and this scene making of the music teacher, to stop this, what Rukmini does? Rukmini takes the chappals of Gopu Mama and gives to the music teacher. Now these chappals are by Gopu Mama, that is the uncle of the children, are really very new, and he becomes he is happy to take it, and he takes it and goes off. When he had clatter off in his new chappal, she said, what see, the last paragraph I am reading, what happens of the situation. When he had clattered off in his new chappal, she said, Mridu, come in and have some tiffin. Okay, have something to eat. Okay, who said, honestly, how do you children think of such things? Thank God, your Gopu Mama doesn't wear his chappal to work. Now, Gopu Mama left his chappal and goes off. Now, those chappals are given. As she walked towards the kitchen, and Mrudu and Meena, she suddenly began to laugh. But he is always in such a hurry to throw off his shoes and socks and get into his chappals as soon as he comes home. What's your mama going to say this evening when I tell him I gave his chappals to the music teacher? Now see, now another, the story ends with the intimation of another scene. Gopu Mama, whose chappals are given, he has not wear the chappal, maybe wearing shoes, he went off to the work. When he has the habit, when